So guys, I'm gonna start off with the design of this laptop, and I have to say it actually is really good. It has a really good build quality to it, although it weighs 5.8 pounds. Now for some of you this might be quite bulky, but I have to say with all that's stored inside this laptop, it's kind of reasonable to weigh this much. Now on the bottom of this device there's a geometrical design that they've added, which adds so much of uniqueness to this laptop. Now not only is this added for looks, in the middle there's this LED which lights up white when the device is charging, and it also lights up orange or yellow when the device is low on battery. Okay, so on the left side of the laptop you can see a USB port, which is 3.0 of course, and you can see an SD card reader of full size, and a Noble lock slot, and the AC jack which you use to charge the laptop. Coming down to the right side of the laptop, you'll find a pair of USB 3.0 ports and a full-size HDMI slot with a gigabit Ethernet port and a headphone jack. Now this is a combined jack, so there's no separate port for the mic and the audio separate, it's all combined together. Okay, so the touchpad. The touchpad is the best part of this laptop. I'm not gonna lie, Windows laptops have pretty bad touchpads, and we've always known that MacBooks have the best touchpads, but the Dell Inspiron 15700 has a fabulous and a phenomenal touchpad. I'm not gonna lie, this thing feels so good. Listen to this. So the keyboard on this laptop is actually really good. In fact, it's really very good. It's a full-size keyboard and has a red accent all over it. In fact, the WASD keys have another outlining of red around it, making it easier to find them from the rest of the keys. The only bad thing about this keyboard is that the arrow keys are not full-size, so that may be something to consider. All that aside, at night this thing looks like a beast. I mean, in the dark when everything's black, the red really pops out and it just looks so gorgeous. And I don't know if you do this or not, but gaming at night looks good. Okay, so the two fans on the back of this laptop are actually really good. They help the laptop stay cool whether I'm gaming or whether I'm just watching a YouTube video. And also the laptop stays really quiet most of the time. On rare occasions, for example when I'm rendering a video or if I'm playing an intense video game, then the fan will actually start sounding a little bit louder than usual, but this is kind of expected, so it's really not something to worry about. Most of the part, the laptop stays really quiet and very cool. So before I get onto the screen of this device, I'll mention that on the top you can find the webcam, which is good enough for video calls but not too good to make videos or anything, and you can also find the mic right next to it. Okay, so you made it this far into the video to find out about the best feature of this certain model of this laptop, and that's the display. This laptop has a 4K display, so 3840 by 2160, and it's not just the resolution that changed, it's also the technology that's used inside this display. So every other model has a TN panel which has really bad color reproduction, and the viewing angles are really bad as TN panels aren't really good for those. But this certain model has an IPS display, which means you get better color accuracy, so it's good if you're doing color grading and stuff, and also you have better viewing angles, so that's a really plus sign from the rest of the models of this laptop. So if you look under the device, you'll actually find there's two speakers, the left and right speaker of course, and then you'll find the subwoofer. Now this is something which not many other laptops actually have, and this enhances the bass so much that it makes listening to music on your laptop worth it. Okay, so we covered the design aspect of this laptop, and now we're talking about the performance and all that stuff. So I'm just going to tell you guys the specs of this laptop really quickly. So it has 16 gigabytes of memory, DDR4 of course, and it's upgradable up to 32 gigabytes, and it has a 512 GB SSD, it's an M.2 solid state drive, and the video card is an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1050 Ti with 4 GB of graphical memory, so GDDR5. And the display, of course, as we already talked, I'm just gonna say it, is a 50.6 inch UHD 3840 by 2160 IPS anti-glare LED backlit display. So the primary battery is 74 watt hour 6 cell battery. It's integrated into the system, so I've been able to get around 8 hours of battery life on this laptop on regular use, which is like watching YouTube and typing up a document and stuff. Do note that this is the 4K model, which means that the computer has to push out much more pixels versus the 1080p model. So on the 1080p model, I read reviews saying that it can get around 11 hours of battery life, so there's about 3 hours of battery life difference versus the 4K and 1080p model. So I actually haven't been able to game on this laptop at all, although I can say video editing is awesome, which is the reason why I bought this laptop. It's so good for video editing, it's buttery smooth and render speeds are really high too, so definitely this is a monster laptop. So I'm just gonna sum things up right now, and I'm gonna say that the 1080p and 4K model both are really good in this laptop, so it doesn't matter whichever one you buy. The specs are good, the design is good. The design can improve a little bit, maybe with a little bit thinner and a lighter design, but I can't really complain. Anyhow, this is Tech Alpha signing out with today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. Turn on post notifications as well, so that you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Anyways guys, peace.